Welcome to the Leadership Blueprint. We're diving deep into what it truly takes to build thriving organizations and inspire effective leadership. Join us as we explore the strategies, insights, and stories behind creating high-performing teams and lasting success. Now we'll join Paul and Mary in this episode so that we can build something great together.
Have you ever found yourself in that space at work? You know, you're physically there, maybe staring at your screen, but mentally, just a million miles away.
Yeah. Or maybe you've seen it in a colleague.
Exactly. That sort of quiet disconnect, it feels far more common than maybe organizations want to admit.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're diving deep into exactly that, employee engagement. And it's a concept that really stretches way beyond just being satisfied with your job.
Oh, absolutely. It goes much deeper.
Right. It gets into the core of how an organization actually functions. And our guide for this, our compass, let's say, is this really insightful white paper by Kyle Bradshaw, Ph.D.
Ah, yes. That's a great source.
It really is. It sharpens our understanding, but also, crucially, it offers a remarkably clear, evidence-based roadmap for building workplaces that actually thrive.
And what Dr. Bradshaw emphasizes right from the start is that genuine engagement isn't just about employees being, happy or content. It's a really profound psychological investment. He actually digs into the academic definition, from Schoeffele, Salanova, and Baker, way back in 2009.
Okay.
And they characterize it by vigor, dedication, and absorption.
Vigor, dedication, absorption. Can you unpack those a bit?
Sure. So vigor is like having high energy and mental resilience, being able to bounce back.
Got it.
Dedication is that strong sense of involvement, feeling pride in what you do. And absorption, well, that's being fully immersed, almost in a flow state maybe, where time just seems to fly by.
Okay, so being really in the zone.
Exactly. It's a holistic thing, the sense of connection.
So it's really about being actively present and invested, not just physically occupying a seat. That feels like a really crucial distinction, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And the paper makes that distinction even clearer by contrasting it with disengagement.
The flip side.
Right. These are the employees who are emotionally detached.
Yeah.
They often show, apathy or just a lack of motivation. It's noticeable. And the white paper uses that specific term, presenteeism. You mentioned it earlier.
Right. Presenteeism. Physically there, mentally absent.
Exactly. And Dr. Bradshaw explains this isn't just, a casual lack of focus. It's often a symptom of deeper issues.
And it leads to...
Well, reduced productivity, for one. And it's a significant drain on the whole team's energy. It's really the opposite of that absorption we were just talking about.
Which really brings us to the core why of this deep dive. I mean, why focus so intensely on this topic, especially for, those of you listening who already get the basics of organizational health?
Well, as Dr. Bradshaw really powerfully illustrates, employee engagement is such a critical factor. It determines not just output, but a whole range of organizational successes.
Like what, for instance?
Everything from innovation to customer loyalty, really. It has a huge impact.
Okay, so our mission today then is to unpack the challenges, maybe the often overlooked ones, that organizations face in fostering this deep engagement, and then crucially, explore a range of evidence-based solutions straight from the source. We want to give you a shortcut, essentially, to understanding what truly fuels a passionate, productive, and committed workforce.
Sounds good. Where should we start with those hurdles?
Well, what does Dr. Bradshaw's paper zero in on first?
Okay, so one of the primary culprits he identifies is leadership ineffectiveness. And it's often more nuanced than just having a bad boss.
How so?
Well, it often involves things like autocratic leadership, that very top-down command and control style.
Right, my way or the highway.
Kind of. And sometimes leaders think they're being clear or efficient, but Dr. Bradshaw argues this style actually stifles employee autonomy and initiative.
So it creates a sense of powerlessness.
Exactly. And he says that's far more insidious maybe than just outright unhappiness. It's about a lack of psychological safety to even contribute ideas.
That makes incredible sense. Yeah, if you feel like just a cog in some giant impersonal machine with no real say, well, it's hard to feel truly invested, isn't it? How does communication fit into that leadership picture?
Oh, it's tightly linked. Poor communication from leaders, maybe a lack of clarity on goals or performance expectations, even just inconsistent feedback, all that creates ambiguity.
And ambiguity erodes trust.
Precisely. Dr. Bradshaw points out that sometimes leaders withhold information, maybe thinking it simplifies things,
Yeah, less noise, perhaps.
but it actually fuels anxiety and speculation.
Yeah.
And that directly hinders motivation. And if employees feel genuinely unsupported by their leaders—
Beyond just task help.
yes, beyond just the task itself. If they don't feel supported as people, they naturally feel, well, profoundly less valued.
Right. If you don't feel seen or truly appreciated for your unique contributions, why would you bother going the extra mile?
Okay, so what's another big challenge Dr. Bradshaw highlights, something organizations often stumble on?
Another really crucial area is inadequate recognition and rewards. And again, this isn't just about the salary number.
The paper makes a really compelling case that a lack of specific and frequent acknowledgement for contributions, big or small, can profoundly diminish morale.
Specific and frequent. That's key.
It really is. And what's particularly insightful from the paper is how overgeneralized recognition can actually backfire.
How so? Like employee of the month.
Exactly, like a single employee of the year for a massive team. He argues that can actually decrease engagement for everyone else who wasn't singled out. It can breed cynicism, not motivation.
Wow, that's counterintuitive.
It is. Dr. Bradshaw's research suggests companies that focus more on, say, peer-to-peer recognition programs.
Where colleagues recognize each other.
Yes. Emphasizing specific behaviors, genuine gratitude, those companies see something like a 15% higher retention rate and significantly higher team cohesion compared to those just relying on infrequent top-down awards.
So it really is about the quality and the specificity of the recognition, not just whether it exists. And inconsistency or perceived unfairness, that just makes it worse, creating feelings of inequity.
Precisely. That inconsistency completely undermines the whole point of the program. Okay, moving on. The source also highlights limited growth and development opportunities.
Right. Feeling stuck.
Exactly. When employees feel stagnant, like there's no clear path forward, no investment in their future, their engagement just naturally wanes.
Understandable.
A lack of training, maybe limited career paths shown to them, or just a general failure to invest in an employee's potential that can really stifle ambition.
And probably drives good people away.
It actively drives people to look elsewhere, especially those highly capable individuals who, crave that intellectual stimulation and growth.
That really resonates. Yeah, nobody wants to feel like they're just stuck on a treadmill, going nowhere. And the final major challenge outlined is poor work-life balance. This one, I think, really hits close to home for many of us today.
It absolutely does. Dr. Bradshaw explains that excessive workloads, unrealistic deadlines, they don't just lead to stress. They cause burnout.
Which is more than just stress, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Burnout is a state of complete physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. It directly craters engagement and well-being.
And inflexibility plays a role, too.
Definitely. If an organization maintains really inflexible work arrangements, making it super difficult for employees to integrate their professional and personal lives, something modern employees really prioritize.
Increasingly so.
Right. That significantly increases stress, it decreases loyalty, and inevitably, it lowers engagement.
It really comes down to creating an environment where employees feel their lives outside work are actually respected, and the organization maybe helps them achieve that integration rather than hindering it.
Well said.
So, okay, these are significant challenges. When they aren't addressed, what are the concrete sort of real-world impacts of this disengagement on an organization?
Oh, the consequences are far-reaching and, frankly, quite significant for an organization's bottom line, its viability even.
Like lower productivity.
Definitely. Disengaged employees are less productive, they're less likely to proactively solve problems, which leads to missed deadlines, lower quality output, simple as that.
And absenteeism, turnover.
They're also more prone to absenteeism, yes. And critically, far more likely to seek employment elsewhere. This churn, this turnover, directly escalates recruitment and training costs.
Which is expensive.
Hugely expensive.
Sure.
It creates this continuous drain on resources and, importantly, expertise, loss of knowledge.
And beyond those direct costs, I imagine it creates a kind of ripple effect, like disruption within teams, affecting morale for the people who stay.
Absolutely. That's a huge factor. And does it impact the customer experience?
I was just about to ask that.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Dr. Bradshaw's paper clearly connects the dots. Disengaged employees are significantly less likely to provide excellent customer service.
Which hits satisfaction.
Right. Customer satisfaction, loyalty, and ultimately the organization's whole brand reputation.
Any other impacts?
Furthermore, the source points out that these employees are far less likely to contribute innovative ideas or even embrace change.
So it stifles growth and adaptability.
Exactly. And on a broader scale, think about high turnover rates, negative employer reviews online, things like Glassdoor.
Yeah.
That can severely damage an organization's ability to attract top talent down the line.
It's a really comprehensive domino effect, isn't it? It highlights just how interconnected all these factors are. Okay, so if these are the challenges and they're pretty profound impacts, what does Dr. Bradshaw's paper tell us about the antidotes, the solutions? How can organizations actually enhance employee engagement in a meaningful, lasting way?
Well, the paper advocates for a pretty nuanced, multifaceted approach. It's not just one silver bullet. It starts with strengthening leadership.
Okay, back to leadership, but how?
It means cultivating what they call transformational leaders. So not just good managers, but leaders who actively inspire, motivate, and empower their team.
How do they do that?
By communicating a really compelling vision, stimulating intellectual challenge, and providing individualized support and consideration. It's about shifting from that purely transactional, task-focused approach
To one that fosters genuine purpose and growth.
Exactly. Spot on.
And improving communication. That's not just about leaders sharing more information, right? It's got to be about fostering genuine dialogue and trust.
Precisely. It's about open two-way dialogue.
Yeah.
Regular and constructive feedback. That's key. And using multiple methods to ensure everyone isn't just on the same page, but they truly understand the why behind decisions.
Transparency builds trust.
It does. Fostering that culture of trust through transparency and integrity, empowering employees to make decisions within their sphere rather than just dictating everything.
Okay, that makes sense. What about recognition?
Right. Another crucial solution area is implementing effective recognition and rewards. And this involves establishing not just maybe formal programs like the Employee of the Month we mentioned.
Which can backfire sometimes.
Right. But more importantly, building robust informal recognition systems. Things like peer-to-peer shout-outs that are frequent, specific, and clearly tied to the company's core values.
And making sure those rewards, formal or informal, are genuinely meaningful to the employees, right? Not just a generic gift card that doesn't feel personal. Plus, ensuring fairness and equity in how they're applied seems absolutely key.
Paramount. Fairness is absolutely paramount to make sure these programs actually boost engagement rather than causing resentment.
Okay, what else?
The source also heavily emphasizes providing ample growth and development opportunities. We talked about the lack of it being a problem.
So the solution is active investment.
Yes, investing consistently in targeted training programs, workshops, high-quality mentorship. It's about proactively helping employees develop new skills.
And showing them a path.
And mapping out clear career advancement paths. Being explicit about what skills or experiences are needed for progression.
So fostering a culture of continuous learning. Maybe giving people access to online courses or industry conferences. That really shows you're invested in their long-term future with the company.
Exactly. That investment in potential truly benefits both the individual's career goals and the organization's own capabilities in the long run.
Makes sense. And the final solution area.
Finally, cultivating a positive and supportive work environment is just fundamental. This includes actively promoting work-life integration.
Integration, not just balance.
Right. Through flexible arrangements like remote work options where possible or hybrid models, just understanding that life happens outside of the 9 to 5.
And critically, building a workplace culture where everyone feels genuinely valued, respected, and included, regardless of their background or their role. It comes back to that psychological safety again.
Absolutely. It's foundational.
Yeah.
And prioritizing employee well-being through proactive wellness programs, maybe stress management workshops, or even just actively encouraging breaks and taking time off. Don't glorify overwork. It's really a holistic approach, isn't it? Supporting the entire person, not just the employee role they fill.
We've really covered a lot of ground today, unpacking Dr. Bradshaw's insights. It definitely sounds like this isn't just a one-time fix, is it? More like a constant, evolving commitment.
Oh, not at all a one-time fix. Employee engagement, as the white paper makes abundantly clear, is an ongoing process. It really requires continuous effort, consistent monitoring, and thoughtful adaptation based on feedback and just evolving needs.
But the payoff is there.
Definitely. By implementing these kinds of strategic, evidence-based approaches focusing on leadership, recognition, growth, Work-life integration organizations can genuinely cultivate those highly engaged workforces we've been discussing.
And for those of you listening, maybe leading teams or shaping strategy within your organization, investing in employee engagement. Well, it isn't just the right thing to do, although it certainly is that. It also makes undeniable business sense. Engaged employees really are the driving force behind innovation. They're on the front line for improving customer satisfaction, and they're the consistent contributors to the long-term success, the sustainability of an organization.
It truly is a win-win situation. It's better for your people, and it's demonstrably better for your business performance.
So as you reflect on this deep dive, maybe think about your own workplace or one you know well. Based on the challenges and solutions we explored today from Dr. Bradshaw's work, what single factor do you think has the most significant impact, maybe an overlooked one, on employee engagement there, and why?
Yeah, that's a good question to ponder.
And maybe, what's one small specific step that could genuinely begin to shift the needle, to make things a bit better in that environment? We really hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective and perhaps some actionable insights you can carry forward.